Saturday. They had a long break. The Warriors and Rockets had a long break, which to me says that they are focusing in on making that the marquee matchup. They're doing a great job of making that the marquee matchup. The last game they played was on Tuesday. They get a break all the way up until Saturday. That is what you call making a marquee matchup on TV, making it televised and putting it out there as much as possible. You play a game on Tuesday, you play the next one on Saturday. This is the playoffs. I would think they would have played on Thursday, but oh well. Houston, a ball-dominant team compared to a team that passes it like Golden State, says Cal. So those are some of the games we got coming up. Like I said, tomorrow we got Bucks, Celtics, Trailblazers, Nuggets, and then Saturday we got Warriors, Rockets. Very sad news. Danny Ainge reportedly had a mild heart attack while in Milwaukee. So prayers up for him. They said he is expected to make a full recovery, but a heart attack is a heart attack. So prayers up for Danny Ainge, and kudos to Danny Ainge as well. What he's been able to do with Boston has been amazing. Every single year, they've been in the hunt that I can think of since he's been there. So huge job and great job for Danny Ainge and what he's been able to do with Boston and getting them back on the map and getting them back into relevancy for the past 10 years or so. But he had a heart attack. Like I said, he is expected to make a full recovery, but heart attacks is not something that you should or can take lightly. So just hoping he'll get back to 100%, which it sounds like he will. But wanted to talk about that on the show. Other NBA news, Monty Williams seems to be gaining real momentum, is what the story says, to possibly be the new coach of the Suns. And I think that can definitely happen. But also what I think that means is that maybe the Lakers aren't as interested in him. Maybe this is a situation where they're not as interested in him, and maybe they are moving towards Ty Lue, which it sounds like it's Ty Lue's job to lose, especially based on the story that came out this past weekend, talking about how he came into the interview and he was very prepared and he put everything out there and he made it beautiful and lovely. And they already have a soft spot in their heart, basically for Ty Lue. And like I said, he has a clear-cut advantage. He's coached LeBron. He used to play for the Lakers, so he's got a huge foot in the door. My pop says ISO ball is the main cause of their problems. No ball movement gives the Warriors a defensive advantage, and it limits the other players' input on offense. Great comment right there. Mochi says, I think the Raptors are in trouble if Lowry plays like he normally does in the playoffs. I agree with you there, 100%. You cannot be the Kyle Lowry of old. And it's hard for me to say Lowry without saying Lowry, which supposedly they're working on Bad Boys 4. Side plug right there. Shout out to Courtney Harden. Thank you for tuning in. And if you're listening to this show via the podcast, thank you for listening as well. So, yeah, to the comment of the Raptors, I don't think they're going to win this series. I don't. Even with Kawhi, Kyle Lowry's a huge question mark, and the Celtics just The 76ers seem like they're going to get it into gear. And I think they want this. They can taste it. They want to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. Also, other news, Grissom Rosas agrees to become the Timberwolves president of basketball operations. He's a part of the Rockets right now. So we'll see what that brings to the Timberwolves. Is that going to dramatically improve their chances of doing anything? That part I do not know, but you got to make moves. If something's not working, you have to change it. You know the definition of insanity, continuing to do the same thing, expecting a different result. You know that doesn't work. So I think they're trying something else. They want to see if what they're going to try is actually going to work. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the Timberwolves are going to look like going into next year, making some additions and some changes there. I still like the Raptors over the Sixers. Raptors just have more and better depth. You got a good point there. But listen to the Sixers only have to be on their game 3 more times to basically win this series, which I think is going to start tonight. You know Philly's going to be rowdy. You know that gives them a boost. And you're going to have 2 games in Philly, so I think they're going to win both. But we'll see how the series goes. And again, the Raptors aren't a team that you can trust. They just aren't. So that to me already has them below the grade. Let's go into NFL news. Marshawn Lynch reportedly was saying he was going to retire. Then Isaiah Crowell has a injury during a workout. He's going to be done for the season. They signed Doug Martin, and Isaiah Crowell had a season-ending Achilles injury. Now, Marshawn Lynch says that he would return to the Raiders if they want him, which I think the Raiders may want him not as a starter. They also drafted Jacobs, the kid from Bama. So it's very, very intriguing to see how this is going to pan out with the Raiders, especially in the backfield. I think they could definitely use beast mode, but it'll be as a alternate player. It won't be as a starter. It'll be more so as an alternate and somebody that can come in and contribute, but not necessarily going to be getting 20 carries a game, which he probably would be fine with that. I think he would probably be fine with that, getting whatever the carries he can get. But that's where he's from. He's from Oakland. Corral is a hometown boy. I feel bad for him. He's done a lot to get where he is. I hate to see him go down like that. I agree with you, man, 100%. And he had to really come from nothing, and nothing as in the Browns, to get to this point. So that is definitely a hard one. That is 100% a hard one to take. So hopefully he comes back bigger, better, stronger. That's what I'm hoping and praying for him. But he is done for the year. The year hasn't even started yet. Preseason hasn't even started yet. So that's a tough one. Booger McFarland is going to replace Jason Witten on Monday Night Football. I like this. Jason Witten was just not good. There's some things that you're just not good at in life. You want to be good at it. You want to be great at it. You want to be successful at it, but just sometimes there's just some things that you're not good at. He was not good at it. I like Booger McFarland. I like his perspective. They use him on a lot of ESPN coverage. They did during the draft. So I loving to see him in the booth and not on that weird crane that he was on. But I think it's great. Honestly, I do. I think he seems to have a good relationship and a good rapport with Tessitore. So we'll see how this goes down. And but I'm a fan of it. I'm a fan of it out the gate. And I think I just like his perspective that he has. So that is who is replacing Witten. They asked Peyton Manning, and I think Peyton Manning does not want to do commentating. It's almost like every time they ask him, he doesn't want to do it. Shout out to DJ Knox. Thank you for tuning in. Courtney says, not sure if you guys saw that Danny Ainge suffering a heart attack. Yep, I did talk about that. So prayers up for Danny Ainge. He'll come back to a full recovery. Other news, Cliff Kingsbury says not committing to Kyler Murray as the week 1 starter, saying we'll see. Okay, first of all, you traded away Rosen. Your backup is Brett Hundley. This kid is starting, okay? I understand you got to say whatever you have to say, but when I first read that story, I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah. Kyler Murray's not starting, but he's the first pick in the draft. Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. How many of you guys believe that story? How many of you guys believe that Kyler Murray is not starting week 1? But I get it. You're the head coach. You got to say stuff to keep it safe. McFarland deserves the upgrade. He's a very good analyst. Says my pops. I agree with you 100%. Shout out to Griff in the building. I'll be blowing up Griff's Facebook Messenger, so I appreciate you, Griff, for coming through. But do you guys think Kyler Murray is starting week 1? I think he is. I don't see any reason why he would not be starting week 1. So that's some of the NFL news going around from this week. Big shout out to CC Sabathia, who is from the Bay Area. He was born in Vallejo. He went to Encinal High School. Anybody that may be from the Bay Area listening. He is the 17th Major League Baseball pitcher to record 3,000 strikeouts. Shout out to CC, man. That deserves a round of applause. CC has been doing it for years. CC has been dominant for years. He deserves this. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. If there's only 17 pitchers that do this, then you're in the realm of greatness, period. Nolan Ryan has the most strikeouts. He has over 5,000. I think the closest person to him, I'm not sure exactly. I looked it up the other day, but the closest person to him is about 2,000 away. So I don't know if anybody's going to break Nolan Ryan's record for the most strikeouts of all time. Yes to week 1, says Shelly Q. I agree 100%. CC Sabathia is still putting in work, says Courtney Harden. Did I miss any Marshawn talk? Had to step away. I did talk about Marshawn Lynch, which I think he should come back. Marshawn is great for Oakland. He grew up there. He went to, I believe he went to Oakland Tech. He is Oakland. So I would say bring him back. I think he may be a little bit undecided. Maybe he thought that his time was up because they just drafted Jacobs, but they did just lose Isaiah Crowell. So I'd say bring him. Shelly, yeah, he might be coming back. I'm interested to see how that pans out. But CC's still doing his thing. I don't know. I think he said this is his last year, though, if I'm not mistaken. Other MLB news, Bryce Harper is getting booed by Phillies fans, deservingly so. You get one of the highest contracts ever. you are going to get booed. But I wanted to bring this up because